Hello. Hello. Today's stream, gonna continue with the Pandæmonium storyline in Final Fantasy XIV. Last time I streamed this, I wanted to finish the 4th circle, since that was the last of the first set of raids in Pandæmonium, but it would have taken way too long. Or rather, the queue time was taking way too long. It was going up to like 20 minutes wait time, so I didn't want to spend the rest of that time, doing that. Otherwise, it would have been like close to 5 hours of a stream, and I didn't want that. But here we are. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll cover the chat here. Okay. Here we are in Pandæmonium again. Okay, now let's see if our queue time for today will be better than last time. Also, today I'm not gonna include the daily roulettes this stream, mainly because I already did them today. I already did them. I was thinking of finishing the rest of Pandæmonium tonight, but we'll see. Alright. So we have to go into the 4th circle. Let's see if queue times are any better. 8 minutes? Guess we're waiting around for a little while. Again. While we wait, we sell some items. Also, stream number 200. Kind of crazy to believe that it's been 200 streams since I started streaming. And I'm still having fun. The only time I get bored or anything is if it's like a specific game I'm playing. But streaming itself, I'm not getting bored of. Sell those. This. Oh, that's everything. Oh, that's full. Okay. This, this, and this. And that should be everything here. Let's reorganize my HUD here a bit. Okay. It's gonna be a while until we get in for this. So let's just go into Rose's apartment. I like all the Christmas decorations there. I want to change the music here too. Edit. Oh, I don't have that? Hang on. It's actually one OC I want to get. I thought I bought it. I thought I had already gotten it, but... Sweet. 33. That's cheap. Now we got that. Bum, bum, bum. Trials, sunrise. Sure. This one. Here we go. Mm-hmm. 8-minute waiting time, average. I can't move it. Oh, because it's right here. Okay, just so you can properly see it. See, it says right there, average wait time, 8 minutes. Nope. Optimal. Hella optimal right there. Okay, let's fix this. Oh, what did I make small? Oh shit. Oh no. What have I done? There we go. I could actually no. Wait, no. Could I? I could actually. I could switch to tank or healer for this. For Q, so the Q time can be. No, it's not gonna matter. Because right now it says two of 8 people in the party now. It's me and one other person. So even if I switch to tank or healer, it's not gonna matter because it's still probably gonna end up being the same 2 people, being me and the other player. Maybe I could do. I've never used Party Finder, so I don't know. And I don't want to do it like unsynced either. So I want to get the full, basic experience. I guess I could just make. I guess while I wait, I can do other quests then. Do this one. This one was for the Criterion dungeon. So while we wait, I'll just go through that. Oh, what the? Crowded as always. You new players are in there. A few sprouts are in there. That's always nice to see. Alright, here we go. Mistress Higana, I presume? I am Kokoshu. But let us be clear from the outset, I am not your true client. The personage, I don't know how to pronounce it, who wishes to engage your services is the Sultana, Narama Ulnama herself. Firstly, however, pray allow me to explain the request itself. Then you can decide whether or not you wish to proceed. I trust you recall the tunnels beneath the city of Ul'dah. She's trying to remember. Oh. Oh, I see. That's nostalgic. I speak, of course, of the Sildin subterrane, the passages and waterways through which you made your escape on the day of that ill-fated victory banquet. It seems that one of the tunnel sections collapsed during the commotion, and a crew comprised primarily of immortal flames has since been put to work on repairs. In the process of restoring the masonry, however, they have come across an unexpected gate. I see. It was purpose and sealed shut by some mystical force. The report appeared of great interest to the Sultana, and she has expressed a desire to investigate this strange portal firsthand. Furthermore, she feels that Master Zeraphym and the like prevent her from exploring to her heart's content. You see my dilemma? As a proven champion of Eorzea and veteran of countless heroic endeavors, it is to you whom we would entrust the Sultana's safety. Besides which, she would have no other way. Have it no other way. Man, it's always whenever I stream Final Fantasy that the frames that the internet just starts being stupid. And that's what Nanama wants. Thank you, Mr. Zigana. It will mean a great deal to Her Grace. Please wait here, and I shall inform the Sultana of your decision. Seriously, I don't know what's going on with the frickin' with OBS just constantly dropping frames, man. It's really, really annoying. Super annoying. I don't know why it's doing that. Rose, thank you for coming. I greatly appreciate you indulging this selfish request of mine. I should hope for the sake of your adventurous spirit, however, that the mystery at hand proves more intriguing than odious. Kokoshu spoke broadly of what to expect, yes? Then allow me to add a few details to the story. Hang on, give me a moment here. Okay. I doubt that's gonna help. Never mind, it's not helping. It's not helping. Let me finish reading through this dialogue, and then I'll have to reset again. According to the report, the gates bear an intricate flowery design. The flames were unable to ascertain its origins or significance, but I have seen such a motif before. The very same design adorns a key in my possession, the last gift I was ever to receive from my dear departed parents. I recall the ceremony with which it was presented, and their promises to take me to the place the key unlocked once I had come of age. They spoke excitedly of the choices I might make, of the things I would behold on my chosen path, but they were called away to Thal's halls long before that day would arrive. With mother and father gone, I despaired of ever learning the key's purpose, and now this portal is found. Surely you understand why I cannot leave it unopened. Could be anything beyond that gate. Indeed, but mother and father meant for me to see it, and that is what I intend to do. Still, neither Papashan nor Pippin would approve of my plans to investigate in person. I needed someone else I trust, but who trusted my judgment in turn. Will you be that person for me? As for Kokoshu, she was the first I brought into my confidence. She is, after all, my lady-in-waiting and serves as my double when I am away. I hadn't wished to involve anyone else, but she flatly refused to cooperate unless I enlisted a reliable escort. Thus, here we stand, and though I regret the need to have you complicit in my subterfuge, the idea of exploring with you has me giddy with anticipation. If you could make your way directly to the excavation site in central Thanaland, the foreman there has been instructed to permit you entrance. Considering the tunnels reach all the way to the palace, security protocols dictate that we receive reports at any time as someone enters the ruins. I will take that as my signal to join you via the secret passages, of course. Now let us make our preparations. We should, as you say, be ready for anything. Man, still waiting for a queue here. What is going on with the internet, man? Hang on. I have to do this again, don't I? For Christ's sake. Give me a moment. Okay. The game closed, so I have to re-log in here. Hang on. It's always whenever I stream this game, man. That's really frustrating. This happens so often with this game, or whenever I stream this game. More often than other games. Like, if I had to recall, the last time this happened to any other game, like, the one I can properly remember would be Stardew, where it's happened like twice with OBS dropping frames and then the internet being stupid. But a lot of it always happens with this game. Super frustrating. Okay. Is it gonna mess up again? Let's see. Let's get back into queue. Another 8-minute wait. Before it was more like 20 minutes. So while we wait for queue, let's do this. Is that an umbrella they're using? That's so cute. Mistress Higana, Lady Kokoshu says you are to have unrestricted access to the ruins for some manner of confidential assignment. I wonder, does this have anything to do with what they found in the collapse section, or... actually, never mind that. I'm not meant to ask any questions. The rubble's been mostly cleared away, but please, do watch your footing down there. We want you tripping over a loose rock in the gloom. B and C... Variant dungeon. Variant dungeons, matter of choice. Variant dungeons are a unique type of duty featuring branching paths. By exploring these choices alongside the quest character, you will gradually reveal new elements of the overarching story. Unlocking certain branches may require some detective work. Whenever you complete a new path, a new story, or whenever you complete a path, a new story entry will be added to the journal associated with the dungeon, so keep at it until you discover all the forks in the road. Difficulty of a variant dungeon is automatically adjusted to provide a challenge for parties of both between 1 to 4 players. You can group up with friends, make use of the party matching option, or put your solo player skills to the test. Victory will require effort and attention, but it is entirely possible to complete these dungeons alone. To allow for greater freedom in role choices, variant dungeons grant players the use of special variant actions. These actions mimic existing abilities such as Cure or Rampart, alleviating the need for dedicated tanks, DPS, or healers. Each player has 2 actions available to use for the dungeon, can be changed at any time in the dungeon. You can enter with via the Finder, which is accessed by the NPC, standalone, I understand what I must do. And the dungeon queue popped up. Sweet, 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 sweet. Is this other DPS gonna like... Please. Thank you. Finally, okay. Alright, 4th circle. What I wanted to do last stream, but it would have taken too long. Or queue time was taking too long. These days, the people that we join in the party will have normal like outfits. Hesperos. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. Ooh, the music. Elegant evisceration. Congrats on the first time. You're talking to me. Oh? What's with that? I'm just gonna follow everyone here. Okay. Ah. Decoration. Setting the scene. Gotta follow everyone here. Oh, is this push? I'm gonna guess this is a pushing thing. Okay, push and do not enter the thing. Gotcha. L-skewer. It's a straight line AoE. Okay. Line AoE. Serration. Oh, dear lord. So no matter what, do not go into either one of those, I guess? I know. Skewer. This is simple enough. Man, samurai with these positionals. Ugh. Oh shit. I have to go here. Alright? It's DPS. Damn, why did that hurt me so hard? Why did that hurt so much? Did I get that wrong? Ouch. Easterly shift. Oh, whoa. Okay. Southerly shift. Okay, go over here. Well. I thought it was gonna be... Okay, I thought it wasn't... I thought it was gonna be the conal AoE thing. That's fine. I thought it was gonna be the conal AoE. I thought it was gonna be the same thing. Oh, there goes Hesperos. Nod. Pandæmonium Asphodelos complete. Yeah, that's the first set done. I want all of this stuff. Ooh, Nosferatu. Oh, I got the minion. But I only got 2 of the gear. That's kind of annoying. Okay, cool. Nosferatu. Let's take a look at this minion. Oh man, I got a lot. I got the Wii era. Ea. I forgot I got that. Nosferatu. Oh, it's a bat. I got a hippo. Wind up poo-poo. Alright, that was interesting. That wasn't too hard. I just... For that last part right there, the southern shift, I really thought it was going to be... Again, I thought it was going to be the conal AoE. Not a push. And I didn't think it would... And even with the push, I didn't... When I saw it, I was like, oh, I should be fine. I don't think it pushes me that far. No, I was wrong. Now, Themis, we end this here. Fools, I will not be put in chains. To think that I would fall before one such as you. Perhaps I should have treated you as more than a mere nuisance. Despite your victory, you shall never have the knowledge you seek. The secrets of my transformation, the secrets of my deception, they shall return to the star with me. You are wasting your breath, Hesperos. We have the upper hand now. Surely you can see that. Yes, my repertoire is not exhausted yet, however. Although I have failed, my end shall be on my terms. Fucking vampire looking ass, dude. Sweet release. I remain loyal to my very last. Come what may, I die with dignity. What is going on here? How did your ambition lead you so astray, Hesperos? You were better than that. Your star shone more brightly than any other in Pandæmonium. You had La Habre's respect, his trust. What more did you seek? That you would forsake all that and sully your legacy besides. Curious. He became so blinded by his own desires that he lost sight of his duty. In the end, he lost everything, and his plans lie in tatters. I fail to see any dignity in that. Even so, I would have liked to know why he chose this path. Hesperos' infatuation with your father was his undoing. Perhaps he was jealous that fate had chosen you, and not him, to be La Habre's son. So terrible did this jealousy become that he sought verboten power. Power that La Habrea would be unable to ignore. How does a pursuit for respect warp one's heart so? How does infatuation with one person turn into contempt for everyone else? I've never heard of such a thing. It's not as uncommon as you might think. It happens, but that doesn't mean it right. Not as uncommon as you think. I see. I admit, I cannot but find it vexing. But perhaps that signifies naught but my own capacity for bitterness. I do understand what it is to have a beacon to follow in dark times, a person you trust to guide you true. How it is to desperately wish their light would fall upon you again. But we have spent enough time assuming the intentions of the departed. There are the living to consider. We must find the other warders and round up the remaining creations forthwith. Of that, at least, we can be certain. I believe I can be of help in that matter. The influence of Hesperos' magic is fading throughout Asphodelos. Now is the perfect opportunity to seize control of the facilities and restore things to their original state. Seize control? Can you really do that? Anything's possible. What? What is this presence? Erithonius. What lies beyond that threshold? That's the passage which connects Asphodelos to Abyssos. Why? Be on your guard, you two. Now that Asphodelos is free of obstructions, I can more easily sense disturbances in the lower levels. Something stirs in Abyssos. Oh boy, I'm excited. Oh, what the fuck? Pardon my French. Pardon my language. A warding sigil? Ow. Let us return to the gates for now. I should like to appraise the situation from there. Needless to say, our investigation is far from over. Interesting. Wait, let me look at this. 5th or 6th circles. Well, since we finished the 4th one, the 5th one's coming up next, right? We might as well, let's get this refreshed. I still want, god damn it. I mean, there's a chance of me getting this, so. There's still a chance of me getting that. There's a chance of me getting that as well. No. Get one of the ones in the bottom, please. There we go, that's better. Although we have defeated Hesperos, it appears we have but scratched the surface of Pandæmonium's troubles. My head is still swimming with questions, but could this mean that Hesperos wasn't actually behind this? It is a stark possibility, yes. The root of this crisis may lie somewhere much deeper than even Abyssos. When we first encountered you, you said the memories of your escape were vague, and that your senses were muddled. I believe this was more than the result of a panicked mind. You were made to feel this way by a powerful magical influence. It is possible that this same magic could have poisoned Hesperos' heart, twisting his affection for La Habrea into a burning obsession. Then, in his altered state, he was made an offer of power he could not refuse. Wait, are you suggesting that someone else turned Hesperos into that thing? If so, it stands to reason that they wouldn't stop at him. Indeed, our mysterious mastermind does not lack for subjects for his experiments, for more potential Emethioi. I don't know. Emethioi? Emethoi? If what you're saying is true, then my colleagues, they're doomed to share the same fate as Hesperos. Do not lose heart yet, Erechthonius. Hesperos challenged us alone, and that tells me that the process of his creation was a long and taxing one. If he was the first Emethios, then the rest of the warders are likely still alive. However, much as I would like to hasten deeper into Pandæmonium, the way forward is sealed off. We must focus our efforts on finding a way through. With the creation still having free reign of Asphodelos, that won't be easy. On the contrary, I yet retain control of these circles, and thus can wield intermittent magic well within their halls at will. The creatures will pose no threat to us. Just like that? Then nothing stopping us from returning order to Asphodelos. Just so. I shall require your expertise to keep the peace after the subjects have been returned to their confinement, however. You are Asphodelos' sole remaining warder, after all. Truth be told, I did not expect this investigation to become so involved. Of course, I would like to resolve matters here without resorting to outside help, but... Do you mean to send a report to La Habrea? 'Tis too soon to say. Let us first find a way into Abyssos. It would be best to withhold our judgment until we have ascertained the whereabouts of the other warders and the identity of the party responsible for their disappearance. Agreed. Even so, if it means saving even a single life within Pandæmonium, then I'm not above asking La Habrea for help, should it come to that. Recent discoveries certainly paint Hesperos' actions in a new light. The number of unknown elements in this investigation grows, and we must proceed forward with the utmost caution. To that end, Erechthonius and I shall remain here for the time being. Much as I enjoy your company, I do not believe we shall be needing protection so long as we remain in Asphodelos. You should take this time to rest. Surely you are weary, and there may be more battles ahead of us. Themis' burden may grow heavier in your absence, but he's shown that he's more than capable to bear it. Still, I would help wheresoever I'm able. All we've achieved so far has been thanks to you two, and I mean to repay the debt I owe. I don't know what use I can be outside of placating the creatures, but I'll find a way. Nonsense. You owe us nothing. It was thanks to your knowledge of the magics which govern this place that we were able to come this far. Otherwise, we would have likely succumbed to that hippocampus's assault. Each of us has arrived at this dire pass by separate paths. Sounds a bit closely the same. Closely similar. But it is only by combining our respective expertise that we will reach the end of it and see Pandæmonium saved. Thank you, Themis. Hesperos's words seem to have affected me more than I realize. Together we've come this far, and together we'll reach the end. I have no doubt we will. Even so, let us allow Rose her rest. Besides, you have someone awaiting a report on your progress, yes? I dare say your story will be much more than they ever imagined. Aporia! Who wars the waters? Oh. Welcome, Rose. Back from the past, none the worse for wear, I see. So, what did you find? By the gods! So there's evil afoot in Pandæmonium, an already ominous place, I must say. Mythic beasts and missing warders. Truly, we are fortunate to see you return to us in one piece. It appears the voice Rose heard from the crystal spoke the truth. As for who left it behind and why, those are yet questions to be answered. Indeed. It could be someone who lived among the ancients, or it could be someone trying to avert a tragedy from the future. Much remains shrouded in mystery. Yet, ilm by ilm, we shall unveil that mystery. With the help of Rose, of course. By her actions was the fabric of the past reshaped, yet she returns to the same prison she left. Which can mean only one thing, that her intervention in Pandæmonium's crisis is but one of the countless building blocks of history upon which our present has been built. There is no telling what consequences would arise if we stopped pursuing this matter now. Whatever plot is unraveling within Pandæmonium, we must not let it reach its conclusion. If one of those creatures should escape, what ripples would carry forth to the future? They might wreak havoc upon the world of the ancients, and their despair would leave an indelible mark upon history's pages. That despair would only feed the terrible beast that arose during the final days. The first final days already had a drastic effect on the eons that followed. If the scars it left were made even deeper, then we risk losing our present entirely. Whatever the cost, our connection with the future of Elpis must be preserved. I know I have asked much of you already, but can I count on you to continue your work in Pandæmonium? Your tireless efforts are much appreciated. If there is aught we can do to ease your burden, you need only say the word. Speaking of which, might you return the crystal into our keeping? While we cannot accompany you to the past, perhaps something can be gained by researching it further. Ah, it shines just as splendidly as the day we met. We shall begin work right away, but I cannot promise any meaningful results for some time, and as matters in Elpis seem to be in a similar state, I must ask that you rest. But before that, allow me to make an introduction. As our research moves into its critical stage, I found it only suitable to recruit another assistant. Mylene is an expert in armaments from throughout history, be they from the far-flung past or made in the most modern forges. Should you find aught of interest in your adventures, bring it here and she will be glad to offer her services. We know researchers in numerous fields that would love to get their hands on artifacts from bygone eras and would give you goods in return that should aid you in the trials ahead. Okay. Furthermore, if you ever wish to peruse the records of events you have reported here, Nemgigi has been taking faithful and thorough notes. She is at your complete disposal. I sense that we have embarked upon something monumental, something that will dwarf all else I have accomplished in my many years of research. I can think of no greater honor, nor reassurance, than to have your capable assistance in this endeavor. If there is anything to be found that will contribute to your success, we shall find it. We shall not rest until we have unlocked the mysteries of this crystal, and you will be the first to know when we do. Cool. So where is she? Where's that one? Oh, there's two quests. What the heck? Both Nemgigi and Audion. Oh, relics. Oh, this is where I can trade in some stuff too. Again, the gear from here looks so good. Yeah, I want this tank one. This is so cool. I'm taking those, yeah. Hand over. That's awesome. How about this gear? Whoops. That's not too bad. The skirt of fending is really nice. This is kind of nice. Hang on, what's it look like with the fending top? What about the fending boots? You know what, why not the entire set? Yeah, the top is like the only nice thing. Pants aren't too bad, but yeah. I can only get the pants from the head here. There's a repair person over here. Let's go repair. So there's two different quests going on over there. I don't know what that's all about. Let's check it out though. One from Nemgigi, one from Claudian. Rose, allow me to thank you personally for your contribution to our research. Your stories of the ancient creations have planted the seeds of a great many theories, and I cannot wait for them to flourish. How goes the investigation? By Professor Claudian's order, our reports to the other research bodies have been somewhat scarce on concrete information. Even if we wanted to go into further detail, there are too many unknown variables concerning how this crisis might affect our present. We only know for certain that the crystal we found ties us to the past. We've had no luck eliciting further memories from its depths. We're at present gathering as many soul crystals and shards as we can to conduct thorough comparisons, but those experiments have yet to bear fruit. Of course, the fact that none but you can hear our Enigma's voice to begin with puts something of a damper on our potential progress. Even so, Professor Claudian is doing all within his power to move things forward. Recount tales of Asphodelos. Professor Claudian has asked me to write detailed records of your investigation. If you wouldn't mind staying for a while, I would ask you to tell me more of your adventures in the past. Adventures that started with that mysterious crystal, seemingly containing a message declaring a crisis in this pandemonium. Of course, Professor Claudian will eventually make a report, but we are deficient on concrete facts at present. To that end, I suppose a comprehensive catalogue of the beasts you encountered in the Asphodelos circles would be a fine starting point. Yes, I require every gory detail, every hair-raising description. Nenji, I've brought the volumes you asked for, but are you quite certain we need all of this just to research the crystals? Some of these, habitats of aquatic life forms, and myths and folklore of the phoenix, for example, seem to have little bearing on the subject. In fact, many of these tomes seem to be related to the creatures of Pandæmonium Rose spoke of. Surely we have better things to do with our time. Rose has already encountered and subdued them, so what use could further insight offer? On the contrary, Rosana, we would be remiss in our duty as academics not to take every opportunity to learn more of these subjects. To view the creatures of bygone times through the lens of modern science is a dream so few have the chance to achieve. Of course, I'll not deny a personal interest in the matter. As I thought. While there were enough relevant volumes for me to fulfill your request this once, if you wish to sate your appetite for knowledge again, might you do so on your own time? Shall we proceed? Tell me everything you remember, and please spare not a single detail. I don't easily frighten, you may be assured. You might start with your battle with this transformed warder. Erithonius, was it? I would also like to hear of the key ward and the nature of his metamorphosis. Words. It's been an hour already. Good. Thank you for this priceless information. While I'm disappointed I couldn't behold your photos with my own eyes, your stories have given me more than enough to write sufficiently thorough descriptions. Perhaps we should also include basic theories concerning the growth and behavior of these creatures. It would give our little catalog some flavor, wouldn't you agree? We can start with... I have it. Aquatic life forms in our time have been observed to grow to sizes that are orders of magnitude larger than their larval forms. In fact, it may not be so preposterous to posit that the hippocampus you encounter was merely the larval form of a much more massive and, dare I say, horrific entity. I mean, there's a possibility. Now, don't look at me like I'm some mad magus. Breakthroughs have been precipitated by even wilder theories than that. As the professor always says, we mustn't let logic stand in the way of brilliance. Until proven one way or the other, every hypothesis is a valid one. There is nothing quite like the ambrosia of inspiration. Are we making records or creating fairy tales? So long as I make a note in the margins of my records indicating that a theory is unproven, we can let our imaginations run wild. Yes, I said our. You need to be a researcher to have an idea that will leave its mark for generations. Oh god, savage. So that's what it is. Okay, it's like the minstrel. Whoa. An unwelcome visitor. Claudian's eyes are brimming with the excitement of discovery. Rose, I've made a breakthrough. After uncountable days and nights, I finally hearkened to the crystal's whispers, and I must say. Professor Claudian, where are your manners? While I understand all too well your enthusiasm, I must remind you that even the most academically inclined prefer a composed recounting of events. Ah, yes, of course. My apologies, Rose. Being consumed by my research for so long, I am afraid I have quite forgotten how to engage in civilized conversation. In that case, perhaps we should start from the beginning, with the crystal set adrift upon the ethereal tides containing the memories of a party yet unknown. They cried out for deliverance from Pandæmonium. I almost said Pandorum, where the ancients kept volatile creations under lock and key. You yourself witnessed the power devouring the facility from within, and the advent of a divine monstrosity wrought of mythic beast and powerful mage. Fortunately, your martial prowess and the combined magical talents of your companions Themis and Erechthonius were sufficient to restore order to the circles of Asphodelos, but a greater threat remains. In the depths of Pandæmonium, a presence yet stirs, its intentions and identity shrouded in mystery. That is the issue at hand, is it not? Nod. Since you returned to us, we worked tirelessly to discern the nature of the crystal. In the process, I detected an anomalous etheric signature, which I believe arose from the memory stored within. Analysis of this pattern suggested a feeling of loss or yearning, specifically the yearning to be made whole. And indeed, ambient readings have revealed a faint but identical signature. This can only mean that another such crystal exists in our time. So, my friend, I must depart to search for it forthwith. By tracing the matching etheric signature to its source, I believe it will be a simple matter to find our crystal's twin. Professor, will this expedition be carried out only by us, or will Rose grace us with her protection? I'm afraid she has more pressing matters to attend to, my dear Ruizana. Namely, to seek out the secrets which lie nestled within Pandæmonium, where this all began. From all that we have heard, it appears that time traversal from the Crystal Tower is not fluid. That is to say, one can but travel in predetermined intervals. It would be prudent to check in on occasion, in case there are any unanticipated changes. As for you, my loyal assistants, I would ask you to remain here and continue cataloging the ancient creations. You can't mean... Do you intend to search for the crystal on your own? Why yes, that would be the most efficient use of resources, would it not? In fact, I have already commissioned a ship and pilot for that very purpose. I trust you to take good care of the laboratory in my absence. And he just... there he goes. I apologize for that somewhat abrupt departure. When progress is in sight, Professor Claudian tends to become blind to all else. Indeed, and he has been worse than usual. While I cannot fault him for his excitement, I do wish he would spare a thought for those around him. For reasons unknown, the crystal seems loath to be overheard. Much as it spoke only to you last time, none but the professor has been able to capture its ethereal yearning, which has served only to convince him that he can solve this puzzle on his own. Surely after some time alone, he'll come to remember how valuable we are. The search for this crystal seemed to be a simple enough matter. Let him have his adventure, and upon his return, I'm certain he'll be back to his usual self. As for you, Rose, it may be best to return to Pandæmonium, as Professor Claudian suggested. Speaking of which, I did have a request of my own to make. Traveling to Pandæmonium requires you to pass through Elpis, correct? There's something I would have you investigate in my stead. While those creations confined within Pandæmonium are considered to be failures, I doubt that's their whole story. Barring exceptional cases, they must have been under observation in Elpis before being consigned to their shackles. And if we know anything about the ancients, it's that they would have kept thorough records of the results. Ah, brilliant. Delving into these records may shed light on creatures Rose has yet to encounter, if your theory proves correct, that is. While there are no guarantees, it certainly beats the current strategy of rushing forward blindly with only your strength to carry the day. For your sake as well as others, please unearth what information you can. A lot of talking. I guess all of Pandemonium here, all the storylines and stuff, or a majority of them, just are not voiced. Actually, all of it isn't voiced. It's gonna be a struggle for me then. I think what I'll do for this stream is go through the next set of 4 circles for Pandemonium and then call it a night, maybe? It's been an hour already. You seek records of Pandemonium's creations. Master Themis has just finished perusing the very same. I should not be surprised that we both arrived at the same conclusion. Luckily, I saved you the trouble and gleaned what information I could. Ah, so you know each other. I was dreading having to once again scour the archives, but perhaps instead I'll rest for a spell. If there's nothing else, I shall take my leave. As should we, for I have undone the warding sigil blocking the entrance to Abyssos. I came here merely to chase an idle suspicion while awaiting your return. Fortunately, while Pandemonium's protected wards continue to be assailed by our unknown foe, there have been no fluctuations so great as to make me doubt Ericthonius' capacity to keep watch over Asphodelos while I'm away. He works diligently to master the interment, that he might deliver the creations back to their cages by his own hand. I thought it best to give him time to hone his craft. And since fate has brought us both here, I would ask that you accompany me while I attend to another matter. More idle suspicions that I would like to chase down. Rest assured, it shall not take long. I simply have a few questions to ask an acquaintance of mine. Come, he has agreed to meet us near the Neas to Pandemonium. Oh. I wish there was an aetheryte crystal here, man. So much reading to do. Like, I know I don't have to read this out loud every time. I think for the rest of this duration then, when it comes to reading, or just speaking in general, I'm going to speak in a more softer tone. Oh, whoops. Just to put some ease on my voice. So I'm going to speak softly. I'll be closer to the mic then. As I have pondered our expedition into Pandemonium, I could not help but be mystified by how strongly the warders we encountered felt for La Brea, whether it be good or ill. Hesperos and Ericthonius were 2 sides of the same coin. The former looked to his mentor with absolute devotion, while the latter looked to his father with bald hatred. I would not expect a familiar such as you to understand this, but such extreme emotions toward a single individual are quite rare indeed. Naturally, I feel gratitude toward my mother and father, yet we are all equals in the larger picture of the star. This view is not unique to myself, it is more or less accepted as the way of things. By contrast, the researchers of Pandemonium seem to view La Brea with a feeling approaching obsession. Whether driven by hate, love, or hate, they have all been drawn to him. There were many other aspects of the facility's particulars I found troubling besides. I decided the best course of action would be to go straight to the source and pose my questions to a member of the wards of La Brea. My apologies to have kept you waiting, Master Themis. I understand you are conducting an investigation of Pandemonium and wish to know of its origins. Indeed. In particular, I wish to know why exactly Pandemonium was built directly under Elpis. The facility is overseen by the Woods of La Brea, after all. Why would keep it so close to Elpis, whose governing body has no say in its day-to-day operations? At first, I thought it to be simply a matter of convenience. Those creations which were deemed failures by the researchers of Elpis could be easily ushered into their new homes. Imagine my surprise when a trip to the archives revealed that many of the creations were sent from organizations beyond Elpis, including from the Woods of La Brea themselves. Given this, albeit limited, information, I cannot but feel that Academia Aniter would have been a more fitting locale. What does Elpis have that cannot be found there? These are fitting questions, and ones we have asked ourselves many times in recent years. Alas, the nature of Pandæmonium's construction does not lend itself to relocation. When first it was built, circumstances weren't as they are now. As you surmised, the majority of the creations kept within Pandæmonium were sent from Elpis. Yet, as the years passed, interests change. Failures in creations deemed too flawed, even to submit to Elpis paradoxically, drew the attention of Pandæmonium's researchers. That is quite the change, and in fact it almost runs counter to the facility's original purpose. Who is it that decides which creations will be the subject of research? Master La Brea. Such authority is reserved for the chief keyword, and he has taken it upon himself to step into that role. So if Pandæmonium's resources were being misused, it would be under La Brea's authority, correct? I know not what you're suggesting. The keywords also hold some sway within the facility. Now even Master La Brea would be free from their scrutiny. They are duty-bound to report any irregularities as soon as possible. Although I admit, as of late, their communication has been somewhat sporadic, we but recently received a report from one of the keywords stating that all is well within Pandæmonium's halls. Really? And you are certain that a keyword sent it? Yes, of course. Our communications suffered a temporary obstruction, but I can assure you that the words did their due diligence in confirming the identity of the sender. Thank you. This information will be helpful to my investigation. That will be all for my prying. Then I shall take my leave. While you are yet permitted to conduct your investigation freely, I must remind you that the warder's work is delicate, and it would be remiss to disturb them for longer than is necessary. That's interesting. All is well. Wait and lie until that we can both attest. One of the remaining keywords is certainly in league with the party behind this. Let us hurry. I know not why our adversary sent that report, but 'tis plain that we must return to Pandæmonium with haste. That's interesting. Suspicious. I cannot guess as to why this false report has arisen now, but it certainly bodes ill, as does the knowledge that our mysterious mastermind has had at least one more keyword to puppet. Regardless, they have tipped their hand, and we would be remiss to leave Ericthonius at the mercy of their machinations. Let us hope no harm has befallen him. Not quite. I've traced these sigils countless times, yet still, I lack the strength to maintain the spell. And now time works against me. I can no longer be victim to my own ineptitude. What? Who goes there? Oh. Hee hee. There is something to be admired in such single-minded effort, even if your methods leave much to be desired. That looks cool. Reminds me of Endsinger. You allowed this familiar to catch you unawares. Have you set your sights so high as to forget you walk upon the earth? I know this creature, a familiar of the Phoenix, but that monster is locked away. That it is, in spite of the trouble I went to in freeing it, I might add. Begrudge me for addressing you in this ill-fitting form if you must, but with control of Asphodelos wrested from my grasp, 'tis simply the best I can offer you. Hide if you will, but mark my words, I will find you, and make you pay for the chaos you've sown. Now, there is no need for such hostility. Calm heart stays the course. The wisdom of La Habrea, your father. And how would you know that wisdom, and how would you know what wisdom he speaks? I've heard those words many times. The scolding of a tutor whose students struggle to grasp the most rudimentary lessons, seething with disgust. No. I've not told that to anyone, not even Keyword Hesperus. It can only mean one thing. That still you insist on mocking me. Stop this farce, La Habrea. At last you move to keep up. Pity that you remain behind nevertheless. What? As ever you are. Always you fail to learn, fail to understand, fail to act. And though fate deigned to offer an escape, you remain here. You are bereft of magical prowess and common sense both. But you need not despair. Dull though you may be, you are yet indispensable to Pandæmonium's great experiment. Ugh. There's the affection I remember. Tell me, did I ever once measure up to your expectations? You shall. Take pride in that, and rejoice to see your wish fulfilled. What? What wish? Come, and all shall be revealed. All this rage, this hatred, is but a consequence of your ignorance. Our desires align more than you know. What are you? Uninvited guests join our reunion. It seems fortune no longer favors you. Do you think I have any interest in listening to your prattle, let alone bowing to your will? I am no longer a child, and my faith lies with those who have earned it. So these are the heroes who brought Hesperos low, even as power divine flowed through his veins. 'Tis plain there are worthier subjects to contend with. Cool design. Deeper into the fray. Thank you. If he had shown up even a moment later, I shuddered to think what would have become of me. There's something I must tell you. I know who's behind this. There is but one person who can hold thrall over familiar, creation, and keyword alike. Apolaha, masks of the Father. Ericthonius is certain he knows the identity of Pandæmonium's assailant. Yep, he's Paps. He's Papa. Laha bread. Hang on. Stretching. Okay. So there can be, and so there can be one, but there can be what? Oh my gosh! Hang on. Let me take a moment. Oh, okay. And so there can be but one conclusion. La Brea was the driving force behind this chaos from the start. There is logic to that. There are few with the wherewithal to even consider experimentation on such a scale, let alone the capacity to create demigods from man and beast, with the rest of us none the wiser. Considering the magnitude of his work with the convocation of the words, his relatively minor role as chief keyword comes under little scrutiny, even as it provides him the authority to wield dangerous magics. It may serve as veil and mantle both. Still, I find the notion hard to accept. The misdeeds perpetrated here could not have been done by the Lahabre I know. You have met him, yes? Do you think he's capable of this? I mean... far more than you know. She's been through the ringer. Is he? So you believe Lahabrea to be a man of few scruples, if it brings his goals closer to reach? That alone should be enough, but let me assure you, Lahabrea holds nothing so dear as his own ambition. While he may not be one to let emotion stand in the way of his mission, I cannot believe there are no depths to which he would not stoop. Although we met but briefly, the impression he left on me stands in stark contrast to your evaluation. Though his methods are ever unorthodox, they seem guided by a firm understanding of what is just. There's one way to find out for certain. We delve deeper into Pandæmonium and pull back the curtain on this mystery ourselves. A wise course. I would not deny the truth if I saw it with my own eyes, even if it was discomforting to behold. But we must move forward with no excess of caution. Lahabrea, or whomever is behind this, has likely spread their tentacles into every corner of Pandæmonium. We can safely assume the other keywords won't greet us with open arms. Agreed. Let's make our way through Abyssos one careful step at a time. I shall stay by Erythones' side in case our enemies think to target him again. Could I trouble you to take the vanguard? Thank you. As a precaution, I shall safeguard you with a simple spell. This will ensure that even should we become separated, my phantom warriors will still come to your aid. If it does come to battle, the keyword's magics will put us at a disadvantage once again. Luckily we have you to even the scale somewhat. I trust you shall be liberal with your weight. The fifth circle. Time for the second set, the Abyssos. The Abyssal circles. Alrighty, here we go. Oh wow, here's all these savages for the first, second, third, and fourth circles. I don't want to try this, man. Time to begin Abyssos. And now we wait. Oh, this is from Eden's stuff. That's Eden's stuff. have a lot of nonsense in here. Okay. Okay. Bing bing bing. Bing bing bing. Now he waits again. It's been only 1 hour, so... or rather an hour and a half. I don't think circles 5 through... was it 5 through 8 should be too long. The activity itself wouldn't take any longer than maybe 10 minutes, I would guess. It's all the dialogue that'll take the longest time. Minutes. That's a lie. Average wait time 5 minutes. That's a lie. Beep beep bing bing bing. Beep beep bing bing bing. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum bum. This is long. I'm so impatient with this. Still taking forever to wait. It's already been 5 minutes, and there's only still 2 people waiting in queue. This is long, man. Being a DPS is pain. Ah. Yeah, while we wait, I'll just pick up the other quest lines for the variant dungeons. Oh yeah, and there's the Alliance raid stuff too. I'll do the Alliance raid stuff after Pandæmonium. Watch the duty. The duty is gonna pop up the moment I start this. Your timing is impeccable, Rose. How do you manage to do that? Intriguing job has been laid at our feet. The client insists you be the one to take it up. Client? None other than the East Aldernard Trading Company. Missive was dispatched from Kagane Branch rather than Lord Lolorito's offices, but nevertheless carries a piquant scent of moneyed interest. Care to give it a read? Dear Rose, in the self-same spirit of friendship which has defined our every interaction today, it is my pleasure to extend to you a humble invitation. It is because of your enduring efforts to save the star that we may benefit from this rarest of opportunities, for it was in service to your noble quest to build the good ship Ragnarok that I was able to forge a fruitful bond between myself and another Hingashi's elite. Jeez. This lord has seen fit to grant me, and a guest of my choosing, leave to go where few Aegean have tread, beyond the bounds of Kagane, to the sacred slopes of Mount Rokan itself. I cannot overstate the significance of this gesture, nor the allure of sights heretofore unseen by Western eyes, nor is it an exaggeration to say that no one is more deserving of this boon than your magnanimous self. I eagerly await our reunion at the gates of Bokairo Inn. Ever your faithful servant, Hancock Fitzgerald. There's flattery, and then there's this. Goofy. Made it. Wait a bit thick did he, not too proud to the basis of his say, though there's a kernel of sincerity beneath that slathering of honey words, and if not, you will laying along. You'll be headed to Kagane, I take it? Perfect, I'll send word that you're on your way. Fair fortune, safe travels. Best come back with plenty of stories to tell you here. Easy. Uh-oh. Ooh, whoa, this music. $200th stream. Now it's time for 300. Ain't he cool? Mythic Creation Proto Carbuncle. That's a carbuncle? Alright, let's do this. Fight this mother sucker. This thing is massive, holy crap. Searing Ray, go behind it, I guess. Yep. Ruby Glow. Oh, Oh, did we? Oh, we go over here. It's a barrier. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Brunch. Topaz stones now. Oh? Oh, that's just nothing? Okay. Ruby glow, it's another barrier. Oh, shit. Whoa. Okay. Sonic Howl. I'm guessing this is party-wide. Yep. Searing Ray, go behind it. I like this music. What is happening? Acidic Slaver. What? Oh, whoa. Oh, I just realized we're actually just in like a cage above the ground, ground. Oh. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. That is so cool. That is so cool. Oh, jeez. Nope. Rough landing. Ruby glow. Oh shit. This side, this side. Toxic Crutch. Look how perfectly aligned that is. Venom Squall. Uh-oh. Oh shit. Okay, we go. Sonic Howl again. I'll feign that in the third eye. Topaz stones. Oh, I see. It's gonna fill up that. Oh god. Oh, whoa. Oh, what the frick? Oh, I see, I see. Okay. Okay, okay, I gotcha. UV glow. Uh-oh. Oh no! Oh, wait. Okay, wait. We got it. Okay, it goes in an order with that one. Okay. This was a cool one. I liked this one. This one was cool. And the music was awesome. Do your thing, lads. Do your thing. Look at something so tiny and adorable turn into something so monstrous. The victory news. Good job. That was fun. Oh, okay. Everyone just straight up left. Hang on. Oh, I see. Cool. So this is where research is conducted on creations imbued with poisons and venoms. Erichthonius and I were conveyed, not far from here. It seems our foe is finding it more difficult to surprise us. Fortunately for you, since they appeared particularly keen to see you dispatched as quickly as possible. Even alone, you are a force to be reckoned with. Part of me is glad you emerged victorious, that I might observe you further. Were the circumstances different, I might thank you for keeping my son alive for this long. But I believe we can forego introductions, unless I have misread you. La Brea. Laha bread. I'm all too familiar, Aragon. A charming appellation, but I'm afraid I hold no such position. No, I am Laha Brea of the Convocation of 14. If you truly are who you claim to be, then answer this question. That can wait. I didn't think Laha Brea was old. Ugh, what is this? Now this is curious. The trap I wove at your feet reacts to ether, but you remain unaffected. Such thin ether, and in an unfamiliar composition besides. It is of no matter, I suppose. A more direct approach will beget the same results. I would advise you to think carefully before deciding your next action. Strike me down here, and Erichthonius' wish shall remain unfulfilled. Never again shall he meet Athena. Mother? You would dare hide behind her name? Listen well, Erichthonius. We are of the same mind concerning your mother. You have your allies for protection, so what harm is there in hearing me out? Erichthonius, wait. There is a question I must needs ask first. If you truly are Laha Brea, why speak such blatant lies? Bitter in defeat, are we? Say my name. A simple request. Themis, was it? A trifle soon forgotten, as are you. I have my answer. The La Habrea that I knew took pride in the convocation and would never suffer its denigration. You sully his station with this farce. Themis, what are you saying? La Habrea and I hardly saw eye to eye, but I know his voice when I hear it. Indeed, he makes a passing fine imitation in appearance and manner. However, the real La Habrea would never call me by the name Themis. Wow. Nani? What trouble have you gotten yourself into, Elidibus? Imposter. You have no right to claim that form, that mask. Nice eyebrows, if you got any. What? Who? Twas a mask that sickened me to wear. The mask of La Habrea, a man who values his position above all, who would murder his own wife in pursuit of duty. Yet you would assume my name and wield powers that are mine by right. Any worth you may have hinges on that which you so despise. Such trite provocations. I will not be goaded into finishing this ere my work is done. Erechthonius will listen well. I am Hephaestus, and it is I whom you should call father. Oh? What in the name of creation? We would do well not to stand idle while our enemy is about. I believe an explanation is in order, Elidibus. Let us return to safety so you may provide it. Ah, that sounds more like the La Habrea I know. Before we depart, however, I must offer you an apology. As La Habrea said, I am Elidibus, one of the convocation and emissary of their will. For reasons which do not involve you, it was necessary to hide my identity while investigating this place. Still, that hardly excuses my deception. I know a thing or two about deception myself. I had a feeling. I'll say this. Your perceptiveness does not surprise me. When the time comes, it shall make my explanation all the easier to understand. In any case, we have pressing matters to attend to. Let us do as La Habrea suggested and return to the gates. We can speak there. Cool. Please, help him. Save him. I gotta find out what that OST was during that normal raid, man. That music was great. As you are aware of by now, I am known as Elidibus. After my dear friend Azam and I detected irregularities in Pandæmonium, we decided the best course of action would be to hide my station as I conducted my investigation. I am sure La Habrea as well is eager to find out why I hid who I was, so I shall save that story for later. First, I would like to speak of you, my friend. Although neither Azam nor I had ever met you in the flesh, you came with her highest recommendation. That alone was enough for me to accept you as an ally without question. That somewhere in the world a guiding star so similar to herself was out there amused Azam to no end. There was not a shade of doubt in her heart that you would be a formidable ally. Furthermore, I have heard stories that Mistress Vana, who held the position of Azam previously, journeyed with a familiar much like yourself. That made the decision to trust you all the easier. Okay, so this takes place after all the stuff we went through in Elpis before. Okay. She too now dons the white robes of an advisor. If she placed her absolute faith in you, I knew I would be in capable hands. Aware though I was of the path you had walked, I had no interest in exposing you. I merely wanted to meet you, to travel by your side for a while. I may know but a small portion of your whole story, but that is enough for me to believe you would never lead me astray. I wanted to tell you that. Well, ain't that nice? Oh, whoops. Keywords jail. Ericthony is resolutely avoiding his father's eye. I don't know how long it's been since we last spoke, La Brea, and truth be told, I had hoped we never would again. But I see now that I was a fool to think I would ever escape your meddling. Just what is that thing that called himself La Brea, and why is he the spitting image of your younger self? I find it hard to believe you've only just now found out such a being was wreaking havoc in Pandæmonium. Did you think matters would simply sort themselves out? I suppose you deserve at least a cursory explanation. I was well aware of the anomalies occurring within Pandæmonium, including the fact that Azam and Elidibus had taken it upon themselves to investigate. I saw no reason to insert myself into the situation, for a time that was. Imagine my surprise when, instead of a formal report from you and yours, I received a communication from one of the keywords stating that research and operations were proceeding as usual. While Hephaestus's deception was almost childish in its simplicity, it became plain to me that your grasp on the situation was slipping. So you knew of his existence from the beginning? I can hardly imagine that you would suffer another to masquerade as one of the convocation, not without good reason at least. As you well know, the name La Brea is but a marker of my station. 'Tis not the name I was born with. Hephaestus has claimed that for himself. I cannot fault him for it, as he is my other half, in a manner of speaking. He knows all that I know, my equal in every way. Yet within his heart is naught but greed, envy, and desire. All the emotions that we are loath to acknowledge within ourselves. If what you say is true, what purpose would such a being serve? He is the product of experimentation gone awry, a reminder of the days when I was yet young and reckless. I thought him sealed away for good, but it seems time has a way of unearthing the shame we bury. When he spoke of my mother, he looked at you with venom in his eyes, blamed you for her death. Tell me, was he right to do so? His words were but the ramblings of a tortured mind. The hatred and despair he endures has warped his view of the world irreparably. And now that he has awakened, he must be put to rest. If he succeeds in breaching Pandæmonium's protective wards, he shall invite disaster unto our star. As chief keyword of Pandæmonium, it is my duty to decide the proper course of action. As such, I declare that all research shall be summarily abandoned and the facility destroyed. Damn. What? You would leave the other warders to their doom? 'Tis a choice befitting La Brea. Do you disagree? You speak of duty, and ours is to guide our star and its inhabitants upon the correct course. It is no surprise that you would choose annihilation of Pandæmonium if its existence posed even the remotest risk to our people. Yet, as you can see by Ericthonius' response, the decision is somewhat more nuanced than that. Azim and I grappled with this conundrum for some time, in fact. That is precisely why I chose to involve myself directly. It was the only way I could truly determine the best solution. And you need not trouble yourself with that further. The chief keyword must prevent the worst from occurring, no matter the cost. Your feelings, Elizabeth, are of no consequence. Have you taken even a moment to consider another path? No. You've spared nary a thought for aught but yourself and your duty. You have no idea of the trials we've endured, the foes that Rose has stood against. Rose, is it? A being of such ether as I have never seen. What are you? She is the guiding star that shall lead us safely through this. Thanks to her stout arm and steadfast courage, we have subdued the mythic creations and returned them to themselves. Speaking of which, I would hear your opinion, Rose. As outsiders, we are in a unique position to look upon circumstances with our vision unclouded by attachment. It's too soon to give up on saving the others. Library could be trusted. What was it that you said about being an emissary? Nah, Rose is the kind of person that wants to save her fun. She's just that type of person. Agreed. We still know next to nothing about Hephaestus, and I highly doubt La Brea has been forthcoming with the truth. But we've managed to regain control of Asphodelos. He must be made to see that there's merit in continuing on this path. I have it. Speak in your official capacity as Elidibus the emissary. Judge which approach is more sound, and even La Brea would be compelled to listen. Well, Elidibus? As Elidibus, I am duty-bound to assess the matter from a position of impartiality. My opinion as Themis carry no weight. You understand what that means, yes? I do. Even so, you've walked with us all this time, seen what we've seen. Based on that alone, I trust that you'll find the best way forward. Very well. Then in my capacity as emissary, I shall state my judgment. At present, there are merits both in destroying Pandæmonium outright and in taking time to rescue its researchers, and neither is yet an impossible task. Therefore, I judge that the most measured choice would be to continue upon our present course. We delve into Abyssos, interring any mythic creations we encounter along the way. You have yet to witness Rose's might and Erchthonius' resolve. I would ask that you see our capabilities firsthand, and only then decide if our endeavor is futile. If such is the will of the emissary, then I shall obey. However, if indeed I find your strength to be lacking, I trust there will be no objections to the immediate destruction of Pandæmonium. You need worry about that. We won't fail. You are bolder than I remember. And you're even more tedious than I remember. Rose, come find me when you're finished. Erchthonius is understandably frustrated. But if we are to conquer Abyssos, we must go forth with clear heads. Pray lend an ear to his troubles, that their weight might be lightened. Oh, he's way back here. I want to repair my armor. I'll repair once we go into queue for the 6th circle. You do have my gratitude, ill-fit as I am to show it at the moment. Without your words to sway him, La Brea would have carried out his plan without a second thought. When at first we realized the creations had slipped their bonds, the other keywords did all in their power to restore order. Even though they could have chosen escape, they remained to aid their allies. I'm certain not a soul among them would wish to see this facility erased from the world, and they don't deserve to be abandoned simply for carrying out their duty. And besides, Hephaestus has secrets yet untold. Secrets that would be buried if Pandæmonium were reduced to rubble. I mean to uncover the truth behind his words. The truth of my mother. While La Brea was quick to dismiss his claims, I failed to see what Hephaestus would gain by fabricating such a story. All I was told of my mother's death was that she perished in an accident. No one would say more. It was almost as if they feared saying more, in fact. Even if it was not La Brea that dealt the fatal blow, we've seen with our own eyes how quickly he can condemn others to die. I only wish to know at last what befell her. What do you think, Rose? Does the La Brea you know have any regard for the lives of others? Or will he carry out his duty with another's blood on his hands? He was always a man who worked from the shadows. He once used my ally as a vessel for his own twisted ends. I have no idea what he might be like in this age. Yeah, to be fair, this is the past we're in. So we don't know how La Brea is during this time. We only know what he did from the present time. You know, let's just say those. This age? Just how long has it been since you last met? Regardless, I'd like you to try and view him as he is now. Another opinion would be much appreciated. But it is plain there is much to consider. Thank you, Rose. It's easy for me to get carried away by emotion where he's concerned. We should focus on the task at hand. Proving to La Brea that we are capable of saving Pandæmonium and its keepers. The most convincing way to do that will be to regain control of Abyssos. Although I'm loath to admit it, he would know more about those depths than any of us. And seeing as how we require every advantage we can afford... Rose, would you speak to him for us? He seems to have a special interest in your capabilities and may deign to help at your suggestion, if only to see what you can do. Sure. Sure. Whoops. So much dialogue. Herithonius appears to have a deep trust in you, and Elidibus tells me you share some relation to Asm. Your unusual ether does not mark you as a familiar. It is unlike anything I have seen, even among the countless concepts I have observed. To think that I would encounter an existence I could not create by my own hand. Asm never ceases to surprise. The previous Asm was much the same. In taking the entirety of the star into consideration, she came to hold dear emotions and people that a more logical mind would have discarded. This made her act in her own self-interest more often than not. Just as you and Elidibus have conducted yourselves in this matter. The true danger of Asm's nature is its tendency to infect all those she comes into contact with. Emmett Silk said much the same. Trust that I shall do naught that would violate my duty. And yet you so frivolously invoked your authority as emissary to justify this little excursion. It matters little, however, only your deeds can speak for you now. You wish to know more of Abyssos, I take it. Although I no longer have control over many of its functions, I can yet sense what creations lie within. Chief Keyword's reach is far indeed. Well then, what do we have to look forward to? I sense no creations of note. Perhaps they have been made into fodder for experimentation, or perhaps they have been transferred to the deeper circles. Yet Hephaestus would never allow you safe passage. He has left a trial for you to overcome. I speak of Hegemone. Hegemone. Keyword of Abyssos. Although her presence is stained with marks of corruption, it is unmistakable. I knew her as a woman gifted in magic and blessed with a highly logical mind. While I can sense those qualities within her still, there is something else at work. If I had to hazard a guess, I would say that's because she has already been twisted into a Emethios, doubtless against her will. Rose, Themis, we must rescue her from that cruel fate. If we cannot, we can at least seal her away until we find a means to undo the damage. Your allies make you bold, Erechthonius. I very much look forward to seeing how far they carry you. 1,000 yards there. Time for the 6th circle. Q. While we wait for Q, let's go to Kugane and speak with Hancock. Gotta repair my gear. Oh, there's a repairer person right here. Oh, goddamn. Boom, boom, boom. What the f... I had like a mini jump scare just then. I love Stormblood music. Ah, my dear Rose. Who would have thought that the spinner would see us reunited so soon? You will be pleased to hear that no other charlatans have attempted to masquerade as Tenzin's progeny in the interim. Oh, he's changed his outfit. He's ready for adventure. He's still got the glasses on, though. As you can see, preparations for our journey are well underway. Partial though I am to the traditional Hingen kimono, if we are to climb a mountain, it would be prudent to do so in comfortable as well as style. But I presume you would rather discuss matters of greater import than my attire. Fear not, my capable associates are ready and eager to brief you on the challenge ahead. I like this guy's headgear there. We have reserved the finest chambers of the inn for the occasion, so let us reconvene away from all the hustle and bustle, shall we? Oh, there's still more, okay. Watch the queue pop up during this. Master Hancock, Mistress Rose, we are most grateful for your aid in this matter. I am Tsubaki, and my onmyoji companion is called Tokimori. We are come to Kugane on behalf of Lord Uzumibi, who presides over Mount Rokan and the surrounding lands. His lordship is the one I mentioned in my missive. Hearing of my interest in Far Eastern treasures, he knew at once that I would find the lure of those sacred peaks irresistible. Ah, but I forget that you are not as familiar with these lands as I. Let us begin with the basics and expound upon the finer points as we go. To orient our destination in your mind's eye, we must first review Hingashi's geography. Of the many islands which comprise this nation, it is here on the western coast of Shishu, where Kugane serves as our shining beacon of commerce. Mount Rokon, meanwhile, can be found far from our beloved city of trade. Here, in the northeastern corner of the isle, upon the slopes of the sacred mountain, sits Shoujo Temple, a monastery where monks gather to train their bodies and souls. Alas, in defiance of this holy purpose, a horde of otherworldly demons have claimed the temple as their own. His lordship suspects that a collection of accursed treasures is to blame for this infestation. In the Far East, you see, 'tis believed that well-preserved objects may come to possess living souls after a time. These vessels turned kami are known as tsukumogami. A tsukumogami, in turn, may attract or even beget other spirits. These mononoke clearly have no... Okay, well, I guess we'll have to continue this another time, eh? Dang it. And I basically... may in turn attract or beget other spirits. These mononoke clearly have no regard for the sanctity of the... Well... Was that? The sixth circle. Oh, we're going... Oh, wow. Hegemone. Hegemony? Like Persephone? Hegemony? Oh, more rock music? Heck yeah, whoa. Emethios Hegemony. Oh, yo, the music. Etheric polyominoid. I only moved over here because of positionals. I'm not gonna lie. Horus Ixo. Oh shit! Wow. Oh, this music. Oh, I see. Horus Ixo. Okay. I see it. It's on the model. Mythios is dark. Transmission? Wait, what am I doing here? Attaches itself to you? Oh shit, what the heck? Uh-oh, I'm not... Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. Okay. Okay, so you have to turn away from everyone. Okay. Oh, that's... Oh my gosh, these are so... Okay, these mechanics are so different and unique. I like it. I really, really do. You know, sometimes on YouTube, I spend my time listening to like Final Fantasy XIV OSTs, and I've always noticed this specific boss fight OST for my recommended. But I've always avoided listening to it because I didn't want to be spoiled. Because whenever someone makes an upload about involving the music from this game, it's always backed up with like gameplay too. Because that's typically how it goes when it comes to like uploading OSTs from the game. There has to be like there has to be like some sort of like gameplay in the background, so you could avoid like copyright and whatnot. Getting affected. There's a or XIV. I didn't even notice that. Okay, my turn. Face away from everyone. Yeah, that's so cool. That's definitely creative and unique. I like that. Yo, this music is crazy good. I like this. It's a good thing I'm doing this Pandæmonium stuff now. So now I can like listen to this in full without any issues. Ethereal exchange. Polyominoid sigma. Oh, what? Oh, they switch. Oh, wait. Oh no. Thank you. Okay, they're gonna switch again. Oh, shit. So if I stand here, it should be fine, right? Yeah. Yo, this music's awesome. Oh. Wait. Oh shit, you gotta be moving too. God damn it, why did there have to be casting for Samurai? Oh god, AoE tank cluster. Okay. Reset Higan here. Is that party wide? Good. Transmission again? Sure. The first time around, when I saw the counter on me, I really just guessed. I figured you just cannot move. That's what I thought. That was awesome! This was a really cool fight. These Pandæmonium fights are so good. I love these Pandæmonium fights, holy shit. Yeah, you know what? I think the Pandemonium series here might be my favorite like normal raids to do. The music's great. The fights are really cool. I love the mechanics and stuff. That was so awesome. Time is up. It's been 2 hours? We've won. The key word is sealed away and alive this time. La Brea can't deny us now. Servant of violence. Our plan was a success, although I hardly need to tell you that. Hegemony has been sealed away, and now you have no choice but to admit the merit in our methods. You have the right of it. I am not so petty as to deny the achievements of those I've squabbled with, no matter how strongly we disagree. Moreover, this being, ether as thin as retreating mist, unable to weed creation magics, yet powerful enough to subdue a Hemithios, has made this ordeal far more interesting. Then we have leave to continue. As for that, there is one thing among you whose very presence puts the others at risk. It would be best to proceed without him, or failure would have consequences that reach far beyond Pandæmonium. And of whom do you speak? A warder who cannot even conduct his duty without aid. In this place, hope alone is not enough to overcome what awaits you. A single misstep will send all to their doom. So long as we each do our part and look to the allies by our side, even a neophyte can appraise his companions. That's something that Rose and Themis taught me. While I do not wish to express any bias, I am inclined to agree. If my investigation has made anything clear, it is that we are together greater than the sum of our parts. And hope has brought us this far. It drives us to seek the right path, and to act before that path lies close to us. Then tell me, what is it you hope for? To see Hephaestus in chains. That's the surest way to prevent further sacrifices. I'm aware that destroying Pandæmonium will rid us of him, but the cost is far too great. And I admit, I wish to know how he means to resurrect Athena. And there we have it. You must leave this place at once, and do not think to set foot in Pandæmonium again. You are capable, that much is plain, but yet Hephaestus cannot be suffered to live, and I shall not allow his talk of resurrection to poison mine or anyone else's mind. Life flows in a cycle. This is known. All souls return to the underworld, and Athena's is no exception. She has likely found a new vessel, and a new journey to embark upon. You cannot be ignorant to the folly of Hephaestus' words. Even were he to breathe life into a body, the soul contained within would not be your mother's. What if our knowledge is imperfect? What if Hephaestus has discovered something that no one else had? He knows all that you do, understands the bitter reality of the world. He wouldn't pursue the impossible. Think, Ericthonius. I have already explained that he's merely my twisted reflection. Is it worth bringing back your mother if it means others are used and discarded like tools? Is it worth it to see her once more? Now you measure the worth of your colleagues' lives. What was that foolish braying about saving them? Merely a performance to hide your childish devotion to your mother? Please, such barbs will get us nowhere. We should first discuss. You would call me fool? You who murdered your wife in service of your ambition? For the sake of the star, no doubt. I could hear it again. That voice inside my head. I know who to follow. Hephaestus. Father. Mother. Though I love you so, and this voice will guide me to you. No, listen not. Listen not, Erichthonius. Apologies. You taught me that a calm heart stays the course, but I could never even grasp the rudder. No! He's given in to the dark side. Hephaestus is cunning despite his warped mind. Whatever took hold of Erichthonius, it made short work of his reason. From the moment he laid eyes upon me, I could sense his hatred and rage simmering below the surface. 'Twas but a matter of time until it spilled forth, and that was when he fell into the spell's embrace. A magic woven with such skill that Erichthonius himself failed to notice until it was too late. If this is the measure of Hephaestus' power, then the other keywords have had little chance to resist it. We saw his work during our encounter with Hesperos. Doubtless Hephaestus' magics fed his admiration and envy until there was room for naught else in his heart. And there was something else besides. Did you not feel the presence of another? Another voice. A distant voice, one might say. As I thought, someone was trying to warn Erichthonius, but whom? Could it have been one of the keywords? Alas, their warning arrived too late. I had already provoked Erichthonius past the point of no return. I bear the burden for this failure. In my stubbornness, I could but scorn the boy, and Hephaestus knew that. And now I dread to think of the ordeal that awaits him due to my rashness. There is time yet to save him. We can easily regain control of Abyssos, giving us a firm foothold from which to brave Pandæmonium's lowest level. The enemy is within reach. Fight, 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 fight! Just as with Hesperos, Erichthonius is in danger of being consumed by Hephaestus' spell. However, I have faith that he will not easily lose sight of himself. The way forward is clear. La Habrea, pray tell us all you know of what we shall find beyond Abyssos. I can only assume one more keyword lies in wait. The deepest level of Pandæmonium is called Tartaros, and your passage shall be challenged not only by a keyword. Hephaestus has laid traps in every corner of its halls. You have no hope of surviving far past the threshold. That, I expected, is where Rose shall shine. Her dissolute ether shall allow her to slip through the traps unimpeded. We saw it when Hephaestus had no effect, and doubtless even he has yet to devise a countermeasure. Then time is of the essence. Hephaestus is already well aware that you can match a keyword in battle. He will not stand idle while you stroll past his other defenses at your leisure. Agreed. However, clarity will be indispensable to our success, and I'm afraid I must insist upon it ere we depart. We have yet to discern to what end Hephaestus would use Erythonius. If you know, I would ask that you enlighten us. And then there is the matter of Athena. Why do you so fiercely rebuke Erythonius' feelings for his mother? While I understand the very thought of resurrecting the dead is anathema, you act as if grief over her passing should be equally so. How are we to grapple with what plagues our friend and drives our foe if you refuse to acknowledge it? I do acknowledge it. I wish only to spare those that feel it still greater pain. So instead of being honest, you bicker like a child? Yeah, you tell him. Tell him what's up, Rose. Tell him what's up. You tell it to him straight. How dare you? She's not wrong. No. You are right. The blame for Erythonius' fate rests squarely on my shoulders. Very well. I shall lay bare the truth, but only after the foe before us has been laid low. The remaining keyword is Agdistis. She has served in Pandæmonium since its inception, and her affinity for magic is peerless even among the keywords. She's pretty. Hephaestus knows that losing her would mean the end of his experiment. He has hidden her in a space unreachable by conventional means. But your presence makes mockery of such barriers. The scarcity of your ether means it will be trivial to send you directly to Agdistis. We shall approach as closely as caution will allow. We know where the battle will commence, so I do not anticipate difficulty in detecting your presence. From afar, I shall do my best to provide you with ground on which to fight and phantom allies to aid you. As for the interment, I have yet to think of a foolproof method. Interment shall not be necessary. From here I can sense Agdistis' essence, but it is scarcely recognizable. Hephaestus was more ambitious with her than he was with Hegemony. She has been transfigured such that barely a scantling of herself remains. We can but take comfort in what a mercy the underworld will be to her. That stuff. Rip Agdistis. The 7th circle. Oh, we're on the 7th already? Shit. Hell yeah. Alright, let's try and get through this. Let's go through this dialogue again. 2 more circles, baby. And then we'll be done with Abyssos, and then there's one more set of 4 to go through in Pandæmonium, but that will be for this weekend, I believe. The conclusion to Pandæmonium. And for now, the main focus will be Abyssos. I really like these Pandæmonium raids, they're really good. And the music is really good too. I'm gonna turn this up. I'm gonna turn it up to 50. way when we get to Pandæmonium, that way when we get to the 7th circle, we can really jam out. Here, I'm gonna power through this dialogue, and then start off from where we last left off before we went into the raid. Yes, 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 new attire. How very nice of you. How very nice. How very fitting on you, Hancock. Let's just get back into the room and discuss what we were discussing before. I don't want to hit skip cutscene here. Because I am curious about these variant dungeons. Watch the raid pop up again during this entire talk here. Tsubaki, Tokimori. It's this spot right here, right? Oh. Okay. Well. Yeah. The 7th circle. Wow. This place looks cool. We're fighting a distance now, right? Oh my god. Yeah, point of no return. Oh no. Oh. That's terrible. Oh, it's the same OST? Sweet. Oh, poor Agdistus. Damn. Feels freaking bad, dude. Shit. Oh, whoa. Whoa, this is a massive... This is a massive hitbox. I've never seen a hitbox this ginormous before. What the heck? Okay, I see. Huh. Bow of a terrace. I'm following everyone here. If they're wanting to, if we're supposed to go to the front, then we go to the front. Oh, I see. The way she positions her arms, okay. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh. Whoa, this is crazy. Roll of a terrace. Oh, she's gonna hit the 2 platforms over there. Run. I'm gonna fully stay on the platform here. I don't want to be on the walkways at all, dude. Ah! I'm gonna join up with everyone here. Raid wide. Okay, Spark of Life is raid wide. I mean party wide. Forbidden Fruit. verges of ether, beware what they may spawn. Oh shit. Ooh, 50,000! Oh, that's not good. I just saw that right behind me. Oh, it was coming from the other side too? Oh shit. Spawning more? Oh, okay. Where? Nani? No. Oh shit. No. No. I didn't even notice those. No. I was doing so good. Oh, wait. I gotta wait. I gotta wait. Oh, I didn't notice those. God damn it. Okay, so those beasts are... Okay. Those ones are... Oh, shit. So those beasts are... Are AoE. Oh, these are different? Are these different? Oh no, they're birds. Oh! Oh! Huh. Oh. Huh. Uh-oh. Sorry if I was super loud there. This is a good fight. Oh, that's such a good fight. Oh, these Pandæmonium raids are so awesome. I love these. Rest in peace, Agdestus. Can't be helped. That was so good. That was so awesome. Wow, I don't get any of these? One and two. I get two of those. Dang it. That was so good. That was so awesome. That was such an awesome... That was so fun. Alright. One more circle to clear. And then I'll be done for the night. That was awesome. The moment Agdestus was slain, the flow of ether and Pandæmonium focused keenly on this location, creating a tunnel of sorts through which we could quickly convey ourselves. 'Twas almost as if we were ushered here. This space was created with care, and concealed with powerful wards. Now only a key ward would have been able to detect it, and even then with great difficulty. Ergo. If only I could restore Tartaros to order, but I am afraid this is the most I can manage with such power as remains to me. It has been too long, Master La Habrea. Likewise, Keyword Agdistus. I should not be surprised you were able to break free of Hephaestus' spells, even diminished as you were. 'Twas not an easy task, even with your aid. His curses dig into one's heart, creating a storm of emotions that is all too easy to become lost in. Only by chance did a fragment of myself remain, illuminating a path through the madness. And thus am I able to appear before you now. Even while my body was powerless to resist Hephaestus' commands, some small part of my logical mind stood alone in defiance. It even managed to speak to the outside world. The report. That was you. Doubtless you recognize my voice from the many times I have called out to you. I hope that those pleas would not fall on deaf ears was all that kept me from succumbing to hopelessness. But I have a greater purpose here than simply saying my farewells. There is something you must know, that the tragedies of the past do not repeat in the present. Go on. Forgive me for what I am about to do, Master La Habrea, but the story must be told. 'Tis the only way to understand Hephaestus' fixation on Erechthonius. No longer can you hide your heart away. Hephaestus. No, the mask marks him as La Habrea. Master La Habrea had brought an end to Lady Athena's life and sealed away a part of his memories and emotions within Hephaestus. These are my recollections of the moments following. And you truly have no intention of revealing the truth to Erechthonius? My lesser half is now buried where none can find it. We would be wise to do the same with our memory of this day. Blood should not sway the spirit so, but Athena's teachings have warped the boy. I fear he would see our star burn to keep his mother safe. Erechthonius believes that he feels love, but he is shackled by dependence. He could not bear the truth. His dependence makes it all the more important to be open with him. He will seek answers about his mother's loss, which shall inevitably lead him to you. Are you willing to accept the blame for Athena's death? Are you willing to accept your son's hatred? If that is what comes to pass, then so be it. Better to be burdened with hatred than the knowledge that Athena thought his body and soul mere tools, to be used and discarded. Even were I to tell him what his mother plotted, he would never seek reasons to believe that the true fault lies with me, or with him. Should he merely hate me, he will remain unfettered by doubt, free to serve the star far from his parent's shadow. So Athena's in the bad. Erechthonius loved his mother more than life itself, and yet, what a dreadful truth you've borne all this time. Such is La Habrea's nature. Every action, every word a solution to life's great dilemmas, and none to spare for his own. What I have revealed to you is but a small portion of a larger picture. I shall leave it to La Habrea to paint the rest for you. And for Erechthonius, I hope. Thank you, Agdistis. I always admired you, you know. What choice did I have when you sacrificed so much to guide our star to the heavens? Hephaestus has doubtless sensed that his final keyword has fallen. We should return to the surface before he moves to strike us here. If we are to face him, we must be prepared to bring our full strength to bear. Agdistis was ever a bold woman, even in her final moments. Thus she would unearth the secrets of my past for all to look upon. Still, full glad am I that she faced you as her last opponent. I could think of none more worthy to send her soul off to the other side. Alright, last one. One final wish. Labra would speak further of Athena's fate. Last stretch. The vision you saw told the story far more eloquently than I ever could. Athena was consumed by her research and was willing to sacrifice her own child if it hastened her progress. She did not offer him a position here out of a sense of love or pride. It was merely because she knew he would be the most pliable test subject. I see now why you hid the truth from him. I cannot say with certainty that Erechthonius could handle the weight of such betrayal after holding his mother on a pedestal for so long. Unfortunately, it seems not even her death has ensured his safety. Hephaestus has taken up Athena's research and succeeded in creating Emethioi. I know not what his ultimate end is, but 'tis plain it is connected with the resurrection of Athena. That knowledge alone is sufficient to direct our next course of action. As for the rest of your story, we shall hear it after we have returned Erechthonius to safety, in accordance with Agdistis' last wish. Very well. I can at least assure you that finding him shall prove relatively simple, now that Hephaestus can no longer bend Pandæmonium to his will. There is but one place left for him to find refuge, the Black Heart of Tartarus, where Athena built her testing compound. We can assume that Hephaestus will offer fierce resistance. I must focus my every effort on securing a safe means of approach. La Habere, I would ask that you assume the duty of summoning Rose's phantom warriors. I have no objections. My ability to fight within Tartarus will be greatly diminished in any case. However, I wish to deal the final blow to Hephaestus myself. There is no need to dirty your hands with such a deed. I take it then that you have no intent to seal him away as before. The presence I felt when I encountered Hephaestus bore little resemblance to the entity I created. By his own hand, he has become something far more wicked, and the same magics that once shackled him may very well shatter before the power he wields. On my pride as a researcher, I am loath to repeat the same mistake twice. I would not see these events play out again, and so he must be extinguished. Well then, I shall open the way forward. May we finish this together. The 8th circle. Here we go. It's gonna happen again. I queue up for this, I go back to Kagane, start the dialogue. And then the queue pops up. Oh, yep. We're already close. We already need like just a few more people. We only need 3 more people for the queue, for the raid. It's gonna be quick, man. It's gonna be quick. I guess what I can do is clear the raid and then go through the rest of the dialogue of this Mononoke Aware quest and then finish it off. I don't want to just leave it there for like next time, you know? I am excited. The 8th circle. Tsurubani. What was it? Look at this dude over. Why he's wearing a cowboy hat? There it is. Here we go. Here we go, here we go. I'm excited. The 8th circle.
Ericthonios is mine, heart and soul. And with your death, none will be left to stop me.
Voice acting? That's surprising. I mean, I wasn't too far off in terms of the kind of roughness with the voice. Whoa, Jesus. Perfect imperfection. Hephaestus. Oh. Red. Instead of blue. Or white. Jeez, look at the squad. Oh, he's seen better days.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
So there is voice acting in this. That's the first I've ever heard of it in this freaking story line. Yeah, I expected that to be party-wide. Sunforge. Okay, straight line. Oh, what is this? Is this the side? Yep. Okay. So dragon is center line. Phoenix is both sides, okay.
Behold the fruits of sacrifice.
I really did expect this voice to be that way. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh shit. What the fuck? Okay, and then it's like this. Okay. And then it's like that. Okay. That could have gone a bit better, but that's okay. Oh. Ugh. What is happening? Fourfold fires? Uh-oh. Chthonic vents. I'm dead. I'm not dead. Okay, I don't know how I was supposed to read that. Oh, where the dragons go? Where the dragons go? Okay, I got you. Got it. Okay. I was so close to dying.
I shall see my wish fulfilled. You are afraid to be consumed.
Uh-oh. Look away. Perfect. Oh, there's bats. Okay, I like this fight too. I'm liking this fight. Ectotherms. And these Pandæmonium raids are so freaking unique compared to everything else I've experienced thus far. And then Walker. Uh-oh. Okay. I saw everyone I saw everyone move. Run!
Leave naught but ash in your wake.
Yeah, I managed to avoid it.
Let sheep sorrow into your heart.
Uh-oh. Get out of that.
Behold the fruits of sacrifice. You will know.
Blazing. Okay, so center, up north, center northwest, center northwest east, north. Uh-oh. Oh no. Okay. Ah, damn. That's kind of tough. Oh, you know what? No, I gotta. No, I'm just stupid.
Before a god.
I gotta properly position myself so he pushes me into the north side. And then from north he pushes me to the west, and then he pushes me to the east. And that's what I have to do.
Perish in flame's embrace. Go forth and sate your bound.
Okay, this one. Over here. Okay, over here. And then over here. Prometheus is. Uh-oh.
From indulgent flame
I'm dead.
servants rise.
Oh god, I'm dead. I'm dead.
Out of my sight.
I'm not dead. Oh. Ooh. Gaze of leaders. Good fight. Good fight. Okay. Okay. Took me a bit longer to understand some of this stuff during this fight compared to the previous ones. It was good. It was good. Wow. Wow, these rolls are really bad. Man, those are such terrible rolls. Well, we finished the Abyssos section now. Oh, there we go. We got everything. We got that stuff. I didn't die this one. That's all that matters. Alright. That was really good. That was a really exciting fight. And no voice acting. The chains of events that led to this moment began with my error. Now, when out of mercy I can find you here. Now I break it and leave no trace of you behind. This is not over. I see you will not go peacefully. Even a cast-off would uphold his pride, though such an impulse must speak to the overwhelming arrogance of my other half. The name Hephaestus shall grow to eclipse yours. None shall remember the deeds of La Habrea once I fulfill Athena's ambition, and bring Erichthonius' dream to life. You speak as if you care a whit for the boy. Why then do you cower behind him? There are some desires which must not be realized. Athena would see the world destroyed if it meant she could find hers in the ruins. As for Erichthonius, he knows not what his wish would beget, a truth which you have hidden from him. Do you truly believe a father's role is to deceive and manipulate? My wish? You would claim the name Hephaestus and call yourself his father, yet you bind his mind and body in dark chains. Your words and your pride ring hollow. Athena wanted her son by her side, and he desires to return there. What wickedness is there in mending a broken family? Athena cared not for Erichthonius beyond how he could serve her ends. You claim to be acting in his interest, but 'tis plain you are no different. As I ushered Athena to her end, I vowed that my sole mission in life would be to guide this star true. In service to that vow, I silenced the whispers of my heart. I cannot nurture a son whilst an entire world looked to me for guidance. For that choice, I bear the responsibility. Yet he is still my son, and I'll not suffer you to seduce him with false hope. You who are naught but the bitter dregs of Athena and I, the very worst of us. Mother, she... No. Then who? How will I? Hearken to your heart. Trust in La Habrea. I hear you. I owe you and Themis an apology. Athena, did you ever? And La Habrea, I will have my say. Slow motion. How? His mind was mine. I can't explain. Rosa's words reached me through the haze. They rang loud and clear. And did the words of another, in a voice much like yours, but resounding with truth. He's done it. Wow. When did you master these bonds? Oh, we've endured much worse. You worthless. You. Ah. Bye-bye. Oh, turn into a salt crystal. It appears my failures have borne fruit after all. You did well, son. Oh. With Hephaestus' essence contained in this crystal, we may safely return Erechthonius above, though he would bind Hephaestus with only half his senses intact. You quite understand his adeptness in the art of interment. It was hardly what I had in mind, but a feat deserving of praise nonetheless. Truth imperfect. Now, I don't know if this begins to unlock the next portion of the thing, but for now, I'll just leave it alone. Or actually, you know what? Let's keep going. I'm not gonna do the 9th circle or anything. I'll go to a point where we unlock the 9th circle, I guess. I feel no trace of Hephaestus' poison in your mind, and for a blessing, it appears your body is none the worse for wear. Ugh, my voice. That's the most I've ever done in terms of voice acting. I'm gonna speak normally from here on out now. I made my way here as soon as I could. I no longer sense Hephaestus, and the force assailing Pandæmonium's barriers has ceased. Are we rid of him for good and all? Nod. I see. Despite his mental senses, Erechthonius felt that to seal Hephaestus away was the proper course. It wasn't so noble as that. I only knew something had to be done, so I acted. Lahabrea, was that how you dealt with Hephaestus in the past? Indeed, he was not but the parts of my memory and soul that I had cut away, a mass of ether without a material vessel. Storing his essence within a crystal was the most logical choice. On that matter, I believe the time has come for you to share the rest of your tale, of Hephaestus' creation and Athena's end. I heard your words, but only vaguely, as if from under the surface of a deep pool. My mother wished to use me? I would hear the whole truth. I want to know what happened here and what drove Athena to act as she did. I'm ready. Athena's brilliance outshone us all. Even the other members of the Warriors of Lahabrea were as children in comparison. So dedicated to research was she that it was not unheard of for her to forget meals or even sleep. Her mind was ever grasping for knowledge, and it was in this endless search that she became obsessed with uncovering the secrets of life. You see, while we can conceive life in various forms, the means of creating a soul are beyond our ken. Similarly, Jesus, I struggled with that. Though we can enhance and alter our physical vessels, we have ever been bound to them. Athena's purpose was to shatter these limitations. Such limitations as we were not meant to suppress. She sought to enter the realm of the gods. Scarce few have the ability to comprehend what such a task entails, let alone the courage to attempt it. For most, the thought would be an idle fancy, considered once and then discarded. Not so for Athena. As leader of the Words of Lahabrea, I spoke with her often about transcending our being. From an academic perspective, the challenge has plagued countless researchers through the ages. It was during these musings that I began to formulate a theory, a means by which a person could meld with the creation. The weaknesses of one would be mitigated by the strengths of the other, and the result could be something greater than we have ever imagined. Although it was but a theory, Athena insisted I develop it further, curious about every detail along the way. Our conversations became more frequent, and our platonic relationship grew into something much more. I take it I was born not soon after. Their love blossomed. Just so. I believed she bore true affection for me, and was blind to her hidden intentions. When Pandæmonium was built and she requested to lead the researchers, I saw no reason to deny her. Even setting aside our relationship, her accomplishments as a scholar made her the obvious choice. However, in giving her Pandæmonium, I also gave her free rein to conduct whatsoever experiments she could devise. And when you found out what she was doing, you killed her. I made haste to Pandæmonium the moment I learned of these hidden chambers. I left Aegdistus to keep watch from Tartarus's vestibule as I ventured deeper, knowing not what would await me. Hang on. I feel a sneeze coming. God damn it. No sneeze. God damn it. It'll come back. Ugh. As for what occurred next, 'tis best to see with your own eyes. Is that me? You are well aware that out of respect for our neighbors in Alpes, the researchers of Pandæmonium are not to be masked. Yet you stand before me with your face covered. What petty defiance is this? What indeed? So quick you are to rebuke me, though you yourself have not set foot in these halls since their inception. You must have known you could not conceal this from myself and Aegdistus forever, as well you know that I cannot allow it to continue. I shall say this this must once. Release Ericthonius, else I shall have no choice but to strike you down. I would meet my end at the hands of none other. However, ere my time has come, I will have you know the why of it. Then you will not desist. Once you understand what has driven me this far, you shall see that stopping was never an option. The feelings of one weigh little against the needs of the entire star. Of course, of that I am well aware, but you did not deign to descend from your lofty heights simply to lecture me as you would a child. You have an interest in my motivations, what possessed Athena, peerless researcher and mother to the son of the great La Habrea, to embark upon the path to her downfall. History will demand an answer, but it is you who deserves one. Give me your hand, La Habrea, and we shall know one another more deeply than ever before. Impossible. You bonded your souls? Aye, that the boundaries between us would cease to be. She offered me everything to be understood. I found myself unable to refuse. At that moment my mind was a storm of questions, yet one roared the loudest. Did Athena ever truly love me? I am become thee, memory and mind. And I thee. Can you feel it? My heart, all that I am. Yes, as if it were my own. A fathomless desire to dissect the mysteries of life, to transcend our mortal flesh and bleed into a higher plane of existence. An unquenchable thirst for knowledge, not a single thought spared for another, for the star. How disappointing. Yet, what is known cannot be unknown. You have beheld my life's work. Try as you might to excise the memory, the seed of desire remains, and when it takes root, you too shall be consumed by the self-same fervor. I will dig it out. I will dispense with the corruption in my soul ere your rotten insight spreads. 'Twas my weakness that let this wickedness fester, but never again. Today I cast aside fickle emotion and abide in duty alone. Today I renounce all that I was and live only as La Habrea. Thus did I forsake the part of myself that had been polluted by Athena, sealing it within a crystal. Oh, I see. Never did I think I would one day face those memories made flesh. Forgive my bluntness, but your actions bordered on insanity. You go to such lengths to escape your memories. You nearly rewrote your very existence. Rest assured, the change did not go unnoticed by our colleagues in the convocation. Aegiorm and Emmett Selk in particular made plain the suspicions they harbored. As well they should have. That you escaped with your life was nothing short of a miracle. Why didn't you destroy the crystal then and there? Did you think to one day make use of the knowledge it contained? I will not deny such considerations played into my decision, but my main motivation was fear. I had never attempted such a feat before. The crystal was my sole recourse should something go awry with the remainder of my soul. In hindsight, to cling to it was a mistake born of doubt. Athena must have anticipated that I would resort to such measures and prepared a vessel beforehand that would accept the dregs of my soul. Hephaestus doubtless believed he was performing his duty as a husband and father should, yet in truth he was but a puppet being pulled to and fro by Athena's desires. His goal was not to raise himself high. He thought only of seeing his dear Athena live again and that she might finish what she began. Yet, for all of that, he and I were alike. We yet shared a fatal flaw, you see. Our need for control blinded us to other perspectives. While I was enthralled to Hephaestus, he called out to me. What say you now? Does La Habrea speak true? What does your heart tell you? I just want to know one thing. Did you truly believe that hiding the truth was best for me, even knowing how I felt about my mother? The La Habrea I knew had a fatal flaw after all. I'm still not convinced. I have said all that I can say. Now it is for you to choose to believe me or not. The La Habrea I know holds duty above all else. I would sooner prostrate myself before an erupting volcano than place my fickle emotions in its path. When you return to the surface, you'll doubtless don that mask once more. So before we climb out of this forsaken pit, I suppose I should say... Thank you, Hephaestus. Oh, that's so nice. Hugs? Anyone? No? Okay. I've heard enough. There is more I would yet discuss, but we should first return to Pandæmonium's gates. I'll gather my thoughts on the way. Whew. Almost nearing the 4-hour mark here. Like half an hour until. I think we'll return back to Aporia before the next quest line for this Pandæmonium story, so... I owe you an apology, Rose. It was due to my own experience that Hephaestus was so easily able to take a hold of my life. My mind. I also owe you thanks. If you and Themis hadn't chosen to brave the chaos occurring in Pandæmonium, then I would have never known La Habrea's story, my father's story. 'Twas a tale I too was fascinated to hear. I very much look forward to speaking with Azim upon my return. I cannot help but wonder how much of this she foresaw. I am afraid I cannot allow that, Lodobus. As long as you retain control of Pandæmonium, there is work to be done. But of course, I shall first free the remaining warders and restore this place to its former glory. Utilizing the facilities in Tartarus, we should be able to reverse the changes made to their bodies and minds. I shall stay behind to oversee the process. That is well, but I must yet learn why I was considered the key to Hephaestus' experiments, and how he intended to revive Athena. Such questions are best left unanswered. In fact, I forbid the pursuit of that knowledge. The boundary between man and creation shall never again be crossed. I intend to destroy the crystal containing Hephaestus' essence, that this mistake never again repeats. I see no reason to gainsay your judgment. There is yet the matter of your crystal, however. Truth be told, I had not considered its origin until I saw the one containing Hephaestus' ether. I was struck by how wholly different they were. I was honestly just thinking about that. Because I said it before, these normal raids normally consist of 3 sets of 4 raids. We only just finished the second set. There's still the third set. And while I was thinking that, I was like, what else do we still not know? And it's like, oh, right, the soul crystal that we first got that led us to Pandæmonium. One saying, oh, telling us about Pandæmonium. So we had to figure out where that crystal came from, or whose crystal that belonged to. Plus, there's the whole thing with, oh, that crystal has another half or something, so... There's another. While imbuing a crystal with memories is a simple process, storing a message, a warning even, would be something altogether more complex. This also means that someone besides the present company and Asm was aware of the plot unfolding within Pandæmonium. Then why would they not make themselves known, even now? No threats remain. Perhaps it was one of the other warders. We shall question them after they are freed. That task may take some time, a resource I'd rather not steal more of from you. Return at your leisure, and we will share our results then. You've done more than enough for the time being. I am of the same mind. Leave the loose ends to us and continue upon your journey, or if you are so inclined, take a much-needed repose. This talk of journeys smacks of Asm, as well as it should. She has pledged to keep moving until she has seen every corner of the world. If you do find yourself with a spare moment, you might bring that crystal of yours to La Habrea. He may be able to offer further insight. Until then, my friend. Whew. Back to Aporia. Yeah. I don't know if I'll continue to go back to the dialogue back in Lugane with Hancock. It shouldn't take too long. It is coming close to the 4-hour mark. That much is certain. Why is it if it isn't Rose? Excuse me if I'm not my usual chipper self. Well, we have not been without our difficulties in your absence. You see, communication with the airship Professor Claudine commissioned for his search was lost some time ago, and now we have quite lost track of where he might be. Uh-oh. To make matters worse, NMGG has just sent word of an unusually large amount of energy coming from somewhere within the ethereal sea. I was just on my way to the ITS scope. In fact, please, you must come with me. No way. Pandæmonium got here? Pandæmonium came here? What? What is that? Is it real? Pandæmonium. Why is it that whenever danger visits the world, you are never far behind? Who's that? Oh. Hey, dude. And you too, Professor Claudine's assistants, I take it? As you arrived before me, I take it you are involved in this. I would thank you to furnish me with an explanation. Part of me thinks that the crystal that was sent over to the present time was... Part of me thinks it's Athena that did that. Just like intentionally or something, I don't know. While the research summary you submitted to the forum gave us no cause for concern, these details are alarming. The professor's last message indicated he was on his way to Az's Law, but we know not whether he ever reached his destination. A rash endeavor even for Claudian, but he has ever allowed the thrill of discovery to cloud his better judgment. We have no recourse but to entreat Ishgar's aid in searching for him. As for that unsightly fortress which materialized in the ethereal sea, Pandæmonium was it? It cannot be left alone. For the time being, information regarding this matter must be strictly controlled so as to minimize panic. We will gather those with knowledge of the ethereal sea and continue monitoring it for further irregularities. You two, submit a detailed report to the forum at once. At present, we have far more questions than answers. Nevertheless, I would ask for your assistance at such a time that our investigation has concluded. Very good. Now, if you will excuse me, I must apprise the forum of what has occurred here. Yeah, part of me is thinking that Athena is the one that sent that crystal in the first place. Just when we need him the most, Professor Claudian remains unaccounted for. He even brought the crystal with him. We are left with scarce few straws to grasp at. While I am but a lowly assistant, even I can see that our two current problems are likely related. The same party or phenomenon may be responsible for both. Conversely, I see now that my unexperienced imagination failed to do Pandemonium's pitiless spires justice. I can only wonder, if the facility itself traversed the ages, did the creations within do the same? What of the keywords? But answers to these questions shall come in time, I am sure. For now, I must do Master Fortune as Mr. Fortuno asked and write that report. As for you, Rose, pray get what rest your responsibilities will allow. When next we call upon you, I wager we shall need you in prime condition. Oh, man. Okay, we'll leave it at here, then. Imagine this. Oh yeah, we gotta talk to NMGG to... it's not like I'm gonna do the savages, but I'll unlock them anyway. Do as much... Recount Abyssos. Rose, may I have a moment? If you would be so inclined, I would very much like to hear the story of your battles in Abyssos and Tartarus. While I have no difficulty producing reports for the forum with a general summation of events, I could use some help with the finer details for the record, you know. For the record, you say. Come now, be honest and admit it's to sate your own curiosity. I've seen the tomes you've left scattered about the laboratory, bestiaries of creatures both real and imagined. I will not, and I dare say should not, deny an intellectual stake in the matter, but surely Rose will understand that a thorough recounting will help Professor Claudian's research as well. Now then, whenever you're ready. How much you want to bet that Claudian, while getting caught up in all this stuff, ended up becoming, like, one of the enemies we fight in Pandemonium? That would suck. For him, and for everyone here. Fascinating. As you say, the savage creation you encountered in Abyssos bears more than a few similarities to the carbuncle. Could it be that the arcane entities we know now had their origins in ancient times? Just as curious was your story of the keyword who was melded with a tree of legend. Where do the limits of the Prometheus creation process lie, I wonder, and how do such creatures even survive once melted? As expected, you cannot help yourself from asking even more questions. What purpose would such knowledge serve? Oh, Ruisana, one day you too shall develop the keen instincts of a researcher. Then you shall understand that it is impossible not to wonder once the spark of imagination has been struck. Rose's stories have already set several theories stirring in my mind, and I feel even more bubbling just under the surface. Take Hephaestus, for example. It would not be a great leap to assume that he studied at length the regenerative and death-defying properties of the phoenix, and that is just the tip of the proverbial berg. Jeez. You are free to exercise your imagination all you like, but, need I remind you, these reports are meant to be submitted to Master Fortuno himself. I implore you to exercise restraint. Professor Claudian would have encouraged me, you know. He throws in theories and imagination, but I do understand your point, Risano. If I were to submit such a report to Master Fortuno, I would soon thereafter be forced to write a formal apology. He doesn't look as someone you'd want to make mad. I was hoping you would be more supportive, Rose. Very well, I shall include only conjecture that is directly relevant to the contents of the report. Now I should set ink to paper and let the wonder of theory guide my hand, within reason, of course. Yet I cannot help but dream ever larger. There are no bounds to what the mind can imagine. If there are, let us both strive to find them, Rose. Adorable. $10.40, eh? Oh man, we got a lot of stuff. We have 5 rings of abyssos. I'm gonna have to clear out my inventory later. Okay, let's just finish this up. I'll try and get through it as quick as I can. Good thing, like, a portion of the dialogue has already been gone through earlier. Here we go again. It has... okay, I'm just gonna try something out here. It has a loading screen in the middle of this, so I'm guessing if I skip this, it'll move straight to the other one? Never mind. Never mind. It just completely skipped it all. Son of a bitch. Sorry. My thanks once again for your assistance, Mistress Rose. Master Hancock has some business matters to attend to before your expedition. Once you are ready, I shall summon him. I feel compelled to warn you, even in times of peace, to climb up Mount Rokon is not for the faint of heart. I suggest you procure sufficient provisions if you have not done so already. Ensure your clothing is work in order. Tokimori's disciples have been tasked with maintaining the mantles. They will open a way for finding your arrival. Speak with our falconer. Mount Rokon now accessible. Oh, whoa. Party magic. Oh, so you can join in with people here. Interesting. That's interesting. I don't know if I want to, like, try this. But in any case... I need to clear out my inventory real quick. Sell a few things. And then I'll be done. Tenkonto. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Da-da-da-dum-dum. Okay. Oh, and I haven't done this yet either. Let me do the lottery here. Little mini cact pot thing. Man, no jackpot. So, oh yeah, is the Fall Guys thing over? Oh, it is. No, it's not. Wait, what? Wait, is it over? Because the NPC here is still wearing the outfit. Oh, this person takes me to the thing. Man, this is a long collaboration. Alrighty. So, let's just go to the apartment. Alrighty. That was fun. That second set of Pandæmonium raids was fun. Really fun. Really, really cool mechanics and bosses. I really liked it a lot. In any case, that will be it for me for tonight. So, thank you for watching, thank you for chilling with me, thank you for chatting with me, really do appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are in the world. Take care, stay safe, drink plenty of water, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. Tomorrow I'm going to stream Coromon, so if you want to come check it out, or if you only just want to say hi and then leave, since you know time is, since you don't have that time or whatever, that's fine too. Either way, hope to see you tomorrow. Again, thank you for watching, and again, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Alright, see you tomorrow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye-bye.